What's up, everybody, and welcome to the third installment of True Talk. This is episode 3, and it is very near and dear to my heart because I decided to break it up into 3 parts. That's right, this is a 3-part series entitled True Talk F3 NYC Trilogy. I decided to go to New York City. As a lot of you guys know, I'm based in Toronto, and lately I've just been feeling very uninspired as an artist and very stagnant personally. So I decided I need the vibe, the hustle, the spontaneity, you know what I'm saying? The energy, the edginess of New York City. So I decided to do what most Caribbean people do, which is track down a long-lost relative that you've never met and decide to crash at their house for free. Big shout out to Aunt Norma and Uncle Claude who put me up for like 5 days in Queens. And I took the Mega Bus. Now, for those who don't know, if you've got like no money and a lot of time, the Mega Bus, MEGA bus.com, you can book months in advance and get down to Montreal or New York for $1. Okay, don't sleep because it is a recession. So getting back to my trilogy, I decided to go down to New York City, and of course it's the Labor Day weekend, so there were a ton of events that were going on. And for me, who has, started as an artist, doing hip hop as an MC. My old school name was Royalty. I had a girl crew called Attitude Crew, and lately I haven't been doing as much rhyming. I've done like maybe 1 or 2 hip hop tracks in the past like 8 years or something. And I've mostly focused on folk, soul music, etc. But going back to New York City, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there was some major events that went down. So Friday, September 4th, Saturday, September 5th, and Sunday, September 6th were some crucial moments going on in terms of the hip-hop evolution, the hip-hop renaissance that's going down in New York
We're going to have a little girl talk, Eternia, because I haven't seen
Well, I'm
you.
getting my nails done.
Right, you're being such a New Yorker right now. We're getting ready for the show on Friday.
For you.
This is your spotlight, Ma.
Right?
So, you were just in the middle of telling me the difference, because, as Canadians, we glorify New York. Talk to me about some of the pros and cons of living in New York versus living in the T-Dot.
Well, you know how they say you don't know what you got till it's gone.
Right.
I feel like a broken record, but most of the things that we would not appreciate while living in Toronto are things you really miss when you leave.
All right.
Kind of like a relationship where you miss things that used to annoy you because now you don't have it.
Right.
But one thing we were just specifically talking about was how I feel like, and I put this in a rhyme before, how people treat marriage here like we would treat dating in Toronto.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. The conception of love here, like what love is to me completely, for lack of a better word, warped. Because love here is a lot to do with ownership, mine, nobody else's,
possessiveness.
Yeah, a lot of people I know get married here because things are bad in their relationship. So like a girl will find out that her man cheated, so in response to her finding out that her man cheated, he's like, girl, will you marry me?
Wow.
And that will like solve the issue of her catching him cheating or whatever. Like it's like this is how things go down here.
And the girls say yes.
Yes, of course, because they're thinking I just won. So he was cheating with another chick, but I just won that war because he just asked me to marry him. You know what I mean? So everything here is kind of backwards when it comes to what love is. Things happen really quickly. It's been said by someone else, and I agree, that there is no platonic friendships between men and women in New York City.
Really?
Yeah, and there are, but I would say mostly with dudes that aren't from New York City. It's very difficult to have a purely platonic relationship with someone born and raised in New York City. For whatever reason, I think it's cultural. And back home in Toronto, like every boyfriend and girlfriend, they all have mutual friends. They all hang out together. If I hang out with what my girls do when he's not around and we're like hanging out, like we've already been friends previous, like it's like basically gender does not come to the equation of friendship. It's friendship and we just happen to be a man and a woman.
But maybe American media and marketing is so highly sexualized, you know what I mean, that there is no,
I think it's like it's beyond just media and marketing. I think it's deeply ingrained cultural, like
where does that come from?
I don't know, but the way they do relationships here is very different. So, and I'm not talking shit, I'm just purely
based on your experiences.
My observances. You know what I mean? I don't date here anymore. I don't have a I have not had a relationship the entire time I've been here. I've been here for almost 5 years.
5 years?
Yeah, and no serious relationship. And now I don't date or have any relations with men at all. So,
so you're just not dating? So don't you get lonely?
No. Here's why. Because if you're someone else to make you happy, like to give you that sense of woohoo, like internal love, is an issue. You're going to feel the exact same way when you're with them after a year. So
true, but at the end of the day, I love myself. I love myself dearly, but the reality is I love the company of the opposite sex, even if it's just platonic.
I'll tell you this much. The reason why I'm not lonely is because I'm surrounded by loved ones. Male and female.
So you do have a core group of people you hang with.
I have a core group of people that give me everything I need, aside from obviously like the physical stuff. that I just don't do.
But you get the support that you need out
Exactly,
here.
exactly.
So how did you get this core group of people in the midst of all of
It's
this?
taken a long time, and most of them are from other various places.
Mm-hmm.
I got peoples from Baltimore, I got peoples from Philly, I got peoples from Jersey, I got peoples from Connecticut,
Mm-hmm.
I got peoples from other states that moved to New York, peoples from Poland. So it's a crazy group of randos.
Right.
And,
Randos.
and that really feel like that's another thing about New York is I think people settle down really quickly here because it's kind of like us against the world. So the minute you find someone that has your back, and the rent is really expensive here, so you want to split it, you just have to settle down with them right away because it's like us against the world. So I find that people do have to develop those relationships really quickly because it's like...
So when they find something authentic, they latch on because they know it's rare.
Right, and it's kind of like now or never, like, and let's split the rent.
Okay.
I even considered it because I was like, man, wouldn't it be nice?
Right, right.
But yeah, I just think that people have a really backward perception of what love, commitment. The thing about Toronto that's really awesome is that we highly value individualism and we highly value independentness. So it's like two people can be together and still be kind of living their own lives, pursuing their dreams with each other.
Yes.
Whereas here, it's like...
It's one or the other. You have to be given up.
Yeah, it's very difficult. It's rare to see that. I'm not saying impossible, but rare. And I think that if you do see that kind of healthy relationships, they're not going to be from here.
That's cool. That's good to know. Because I'm considering going back and forth, because there's so many pros in Toronto. I love free health care. I like that. I like clean air. I like just little things. But then the socialism, it's funny because I'm not from Toronto. I'm from Montreal, and I just feel like Toronto to me doesn't. I mean, I think in relationships I understand what you mean about celebrating individualism, but artistically I just feel like I would be stretched more outside of Toronto creatively.
I think New York, like on a professional level, no matter what you do, you could be an architect, you could be a painter, you could be a rapper, but I think it will stretch your limits artistically. Steel sharpens steel. It will.
Yes.
It will definitely help you to grow very quickly. It's like I call it industry boot camp. So
yes.
In every reason that I came here, those things happen that I needed to happen, but it's just. If it comes to like getting married, having a family,
this is not
kids,
no.
working a regular 9 to 5, family, you probably want to be back home.
Right, but, exactly. Canada has a certain different value system.
Right,
yeah.
Right.
So let me getting back onto your grind because you got a show coming up. That's what you're getting prepped for. Let's look at the nails.
Oh, they're looking pretty bad right now. There's nothing exciting happening.
Show me the nail polish.
Here, well, I'll show you. Look at my toes. See, that's what we're doing right now. That's what we're doing right now.
So pretty.
Yeah.
So pretty. So. Yeah, what are you prepping for? Talk to us about this show. And I'm thanking you in advance for the 16 bars that I get.
True's about to jump on the show tomorrow, just so y'all know. They are not ready. Brooklyn's not ready for True. Now we're doing, performing with MC Light, Jean Grey, and like 3 other ladies that I've yet to meet. But there's a number of talented ladies on the bill.
And what's this show about?
It's a Labor Day weekend explosion. That's what it's called. So it's just like Vic Black is putting the show together. Shout out to Vic. He's like Primo's partner or whatever. And he just, knew some people. And his whole, I think, idea behind it was he wants to get these ladies together to be able to chill in the same room, network, vibe, have media there. So it's like supposed to be like, let's all hang out together. It's not just let's perform.
But it's so great that a male is trying to get the females.
I know.
Like, that's
and
crazy.
Can I tell you how I got on this bill?
Tell me.
Master Ace.
Yo, this is what I understand, Eternia. That's what I love about New York. You can just be walking down the street, you're like, you know what? I just got put on by Master Ace. Like, what the?
Asked Master Ace about females because he knew he wanted to book Light. So he was like, I want to book some females to open for Light. And Ace was like, yo, holler at Eternia. And like, literally, that's how the connection happened.
So, and that's the beautiful thing. And that's why I want to come through a little bit more often. So, you got 5 or 6 females on the bill?
Yeah, 5 or 6 females on the bill. I'm rocking out with my band, which is Colin Dean, Chesney Snow, and DJ Boo.
So, how long's your set?
We're going to do 15 minutes. Now, recently in this summer in New York City, 2009, I've been getting encores.
What?
So, like, we actually prepare for encores now.
What?
And, like, we don't tell nobody. We don't even say ask for an encore. Like, people will just ask.
They want it that bad.